He instantly stepped back in shock as he heard all her ribs snap simultaneously. He didn't realize the kitten had hidden under the sheet he had lazily thrown on his bedroom floor. Twinkle, twinkle little star, how I wonder what why, you. Grandpa, why is your eye drooping like that? I stacked the headless bodies of my entire family upon the altar as a gift and then prepared for Satan. After my initial interview, I was told that hell was going another direction. I ignored the pain of my constant migraines and body aches for almost 2 years so I could meet project deadlines at work. Until one day a sharp pain in my chest caused the world to spin as I collapsed to the ground and fell into unconsciousness. The child threw his last coin into the wishing well, and vehemently wished for his mother to become happy again, like she used to be. His cries of panic cut off abruptly as he faded from existence. We all sighed in relief as the kraken seemed to retreat back into the depths of the ocean, leaving us alone. Minutes later, the sight of the kraken's half-eaten corpse floating to the surface was followed by a rumble that shook the very bones in our bodies. Ever since my brother died, my parents haven't been the same. They've left his room untouched, the bed and the toys exactly where they were, as well as his decomposing corpse laying on the bed. My husband walked in on me having sex with another man. I tearfully comforted him on the couch, desperately trying to explain to him that it's been 10 years since he passed, and it was time for him to move on. After a tiring but fun time at the festival, me and my child were finally able to sit down on the train headed home. "You're not my mommy." I gave the random dog with long fluffy fur happily barking at me a soft pat on the head. I paused when I felt what seemed to be a zipper hidden amongst the fur. I high-fived my group as we completed the escape room and opened the door to leave. Upon opening the door, we discovered we were in an identical room with a note that read, "Welcome to Level 2, and I don't think the building was this big from the outside." "Level 69, my husband gasped. As we looked up at the people feasting hurriedly, I knew we couldn't survive on their leftovers. The substitute teacher was so strict and scary that even the most rebellious student dared not defy her. We didn't realize how bad it was until she led some of us to the paper cutter as punishment for writing with the wrong hand. The Bible always said there would be a second coming of Christ. No one knew it was a warning. I was not afraid of my punishment, hanging, decapitation. They were to be relatively quick, perhaps painless. But as I watched 2 guards unveil a solid copper bowl, I began to feel true terror for the first time. With my glasses removed, my friend teasingly asked me, "How many fingers am I holding up?" "It's hard to make out, but I reply, I think you're holding 2, but the being behind you is holding up 5. Look for me, look for me." The voice of my father who's lost at sea keeps reappearing in my dreams, so I travel to his last known coordinates to make peace. "Don't look for me, don't look for me." Now I regret my decision as his voice echoes through the sea. "Cheese," said the man before seeing a bright flash. "Cheese," he said again louder, then screaming, "Cheese," but the security system refused his password and the bunker door remained sealed. My pastor rejoiced when I told him I'd found my faith again. His joy turned to despair when I showed him I sacrificed his entire congregation to my dark lord. I arrested the kindergarten teacher for the murder of the missing students after we found 5 bodies while excavating the basement. She laughed when I said 5. The world's population halved that day. I'm the last human left, and I can feel myself splitting. "Don't worry, Timmy, there are no monsters under the bed," I assured my son as I backed out of the room. My heart raced as I held the door closed, all feelings of parental responsibility replaced by fear. The globally accepted end of the world day was equally filled with lovemaking and murder. Things were very awkward the next day after the meteor broke apart in the Earth's atmosphere and mostly hit the South Pacific Ocean. Eve snaked through the garden as the warm sun kissed her exposed body. "Hungry?" a spectacled Medusa asked as she pushed Adam's stone body to the ground. Being the last person on a suddenly and mysteriously vacant earth, I have come to appreciate the small things in life, such as the first blooming flowers of spring. As I reached out to pick one of the beautiful wildflowers, I was dragged violently into the ground, realizing that I had finally been picked.